Suzanne. Excuse me, Suzanne.
Yeah.
Remember me?
I'm sorry. Have we met?
So, your name, you're Suzanne Collier?
Yeah?
Well, I didn't mean to stare, but I just didn't recognize you.
Then we're even.
Forgive me, I'm Cruz Castillo, and
Cruz Castillo?
What do you mean?
Let's see, you're an inspector with the Santa Barbara Police Force. You love chocolate chip ice cream, and your middle name is Adolf, but you don't like that to get around.
How do you know about that?
From Eden.
From Eden.
She would send me periodic updates about the life and times of Santa Barbara. In fact, she owes me a letter. Is she in the car? I am just going to yell at her after I hug her to death. Did you bring the kids with you? I don't know why she didn't call.
No, wait a second, please. She's not in the car. She died.
What?
Yeah, there was an accident recently, and she was killed.
Eden killed. Cruz, I'm so sorry.
So much.
Forgive me, it's just, it's such a shock. About the last thing in the world I expected to hear. But you didn't fly all this way just to tell me about Eden, did you?
Can I sit down for a second? Just a second here.
How did it happen?
I'll tell you all about it, but just a second. I want to get this now. Your name is really Suzanne Collier.
You keep asking me that.
Well, there was a woman who came to Santa Barbara right after Eden died, and she said her name was Suzanne Collier, and she was an artist just like you.
It wasn't me.
Well, I know that. She didn't look anything like you. And she stayed for a while, and then she very suddenly disappeared.
It doesn't make any sense. Why would someone pretend to be me?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. So how do you know Eden?
We were in prep school together in Santa Barbara. I was a boarder. We became friends. Best friends. We kept in touch through letters, phone calls. I haven't seen her in a long time. I'm sorry.
No, please. If you don't mind, I'd like to hear it.
I'm surprised she never mentioned me.
Oh, well, she probably did. I mean, I knew all kinds of guys a long time ago I talked about that Eden probably never knew from Adam.
I heard all about you.
Uh-oh. Am I in trouble?
Oh, not at all. Eden wrote to me about how you met. How she flew home from Europe and parachuted onto the ground.
Did she mention that she actually parachuted onto the adjacent ground? I don't suppose she mentioned that. What else did she tell you?
No. Just the usual things girls talk about. Nothing. and everything. It's all here. The wedding, Adriana's birth, the fights, the making up again.
Amazing, you saved them all.
Of course I did. You think I just crawled out from underneath the cabbage leaf? I mean, there is a whole history.
What did you say?
There's a history here.
No, you just said something about a cabbage leaf or something.
Oh, it's an old Southern expression. I use it all the time.
Somebody just told me something like that. Somebody just said that to me a few days ago.
Eden used to tease me about it. She said that I talked like something out of Faulkner.
Wait a minute. You don't teach school, do you?
Art classes at the high school. Why?
Because this other girl...
The one that said she was me?
She taught art classes, too. She knew everything about you, down to your painting and down to the way you talk. Now, who do you suppose would have known you well enough to have imitated you like that? My God. Oh, my God.
Cruz, are you all right?
She's alive. Eden is alive.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's her. Who else could it be? That was her. She was alive, I swear to God. The woman that came to Santa Barbara pretending to be you. Her hair was different, and her eyes were different. And she talked differently, and she walked differently. But everybody kept looking at her like she was a ghost. And I kept trying to admit to me that she was... That was Eden.
But you said that she died.
No. What you don't understand, she was standing on the edge of a cliff, and I went to her, and I tried to touch her. I was trying to talk to her. And she lost her balance, and she went over the edge, and I just barely got a hold of her, but I couldn't. I lost her, and she went down. And I saw the sea take her. But we never found her body. And that's why. She's alive. Good God in heaven. She's alive.
And this girl?
That was Eden. The girl in Santa Barbara who said she was you was Eden. She must have needed someplace safe, someplace she knew. And she knew you.
Eden and I were very close. I always said to her if she needed something, I'd be here for her.
Thank God, Susan. Thank God you saved her life. She was alive. Because of you. None of us really understood how sick Eden was. That's a beautiful painting, Suzanne. All these things happened to her when she was only 8 years old, you know. Her mother's affair, she found out about it. She found out that Cece was not Channing's father. She saw Sophia drown, she thought, and she chose not to do anything, to intervene. She had to repress all of this stuff.
It was so awful for her.
Yeah, and there was this other character that emerged before you. Her name was Lisa, and she was basically trying to protect Eden from all these horrible things.
Lisa?
Yeah, from the damage, you know. What?
Lisa. You know, sometimes Eden used to sign her letters Jacqueline Kennedy, or she wrote some poems, Queen Elizabeth, sometimes even Lord Byron, but I don't remember Elisa. Here's the saddest letter she ever wrote. This was just after Channing died.
I'm glad we look at that date. I guess I didn't mention that a few days ago, Sophia was shot. It was almost 12 years to the day after she shot Channing. It was the strangest thing. Her engagement ring was stolen, but that was the same day that Suzanne disappeared. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Cruz, what is it?
It was Eden. That was Eden, too. She came back to kill her mother.
I don't believe that, and you don't believe that either. Eden would never do anything to hurt Sophia.
No. But Channing would. So Eden became Channing to avenge his death. And the whole thing finally came full circle. The last thing that Sophia said before she lost consciousness was Channing.
It's over.
Well, it'd be over if I knew where she was. But you know, I knew she wasn't dead. I never thought she had died. I never told the kids. I just somehow, you know, like she always used to tell me, we have the same lifeline. So I'm gonna find her and bring her back and get her the kind of help that'll allow us to be a family again. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
What for?
For helping me put this back together. I owe you more than words can say.
No, you don't owe me anything, Cruz. Eden always wrote about what a special man you are. She did you justice. I bet you want to go up to the house and make a few phone calls and let everyone know that Eden's alive.
You know, if you don't mind, maybe you could go up ahead of me, and I think I'll stay here for a couple minutes by myself.
Take your time.
Dear Suzanne, I gave birth to a baby girl yesterday.